Hello, everyone. I am Sara Raney. I am not an attorney, but a victim. I am the proud mother of Dr. Kenley Gene Raney, who lost his life to a drunk driver by the name of Dennis Rodriguez Abeyta Jr. on January 25th, 2019 in Lubbock, Texas. Now, I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. But we're here because of Dennis Rodriguez Abeyta and his actions. No mother wants to hear what I heard on January 25th. The telephone rang. I crawled out of bed, picked up the phone, and listened to a police officer say that there was another police officer at the gate, and he wanted to speak with me. At that time, I knew it couldn't be nothing else but what it was. The words rang in my ears. Your son, my Kenley, was involved in a car crash, not an accident, a crash. And he didn't make it. It wasn't his fault. It was another damn drunk. That is exactly what I heard the police say. Another damn drunk. This man was upset too. This first responder was upset too. Because I think he had to say that too many times to too many mothers and see them cry. First responders are also hurt and have PTSD and trauma from the actions of irresponsible people. That was the morning that I lost everything and received a life sentence of loneliness, confusion, depression, and just terror. Each day is a struggle to find meaning in a world that feels so utterly senseless without my Kenley. Vietnam took his father on January 26, 2023. And since then, it has been just him and me. I am alone and terrified of the future. I am in my 70s. Kenley was a good man who would have been here for me as I was for him. That is what you do. That is what's supposed to happen. But because of Dennis, it didn't. A mother should never bury her child. But yet, every 70 seconds, someone is getting the notification. Either that their child is gone and will never come back, or their loved one, or their loved one is responsible for killing someone else. All families are destroyed when this happens. All loved ones are destroyed when this happens. Now, Kenley did the right thing that night. You can ask any of his friends when he drove. He was a careful driver. He followed the rules. And when he got sleepy, he pulled over into a rest area to rest with his furry companion, Marshall. Now, Kenley never had a DUI, never drove drunk, never had an accident, never had a ticket. He never seen the inside of a jail. But Dennis had seen it many times. Many times, been on probation many times, was given many chances, but he didn't care. I hope you do. Kenley had just graduated from medical school at 39 with degrees in science, nutrition, and geometric medicine. Now, geometric medicine has DNA. Think of what he could have done. Think how many people he could have saved during COVID. Think of how many people really that Dennis killed that night through his carelessness. My son dedicated his life toward a promising future in medicine, pouring his heart out into volunteer work at a suicide prevention hotline, a free clinic during his spare time. His unwavering love for Melissa and his loyal, beloved furry companion were constant sources of joy and support by his side. My son was going to an interview for a hospital emergency physician. That's why he was out on the road. He had not just come back from partying. With him was Marshall, his faithful, beautiful Blue Hill Australian Shepherd. Like I said, went everywhere with him. Like I said, he did the right thing. He didn't deserve to die. He deserved to live and be successful and be happy. But yet, who lived? Who lived? Now, that night Kenley walked Marshall, called Melissa to tell her that he loved her. Then lay back in the driver's seat like he always did, with Marshall in the back seat to get some sleep before his interview. Now, you could ask any of his friends, and they will tell you that's what he did. It's hard for me to talk about what happened that terrible night. Excuse me. My story serves as a warning for what lies ahead if you continue down this path. And it's up to you to stop drinking and driving. Or if you might. Like I said, he had a clean record. He had no probation. No. He never seen the inside of a jail. But Dennis had. He had seen it many times, but it made no difference. But now, he is in prison. He's in prison in Texas, in Lovelady, Texas, in a Civil War prison that incidentally has little or no air conditioning. So he didn't escape this either. Now, Kenley had found his soulmate, Melissa, in medical school. They had planned their lives together and even discussed names for their future child, my only grandchild. Hattie Elizabeth. I will never see that child. That child will never be born. That child will never have any children. In fact, my line will be gone because of Dennis. Think of how many lives and generations he has destroyed. You don't want to be known for that. He entered the Army at 18, was promoted to sergeant within 2 years. He served his country, and after 4 years of service, he worked for Santa Clara County 911 in San Jose, California. By the age of 23, I believe it was, he was the youngest supervisor ever, overseeing 50 people. Do you think he was out partying with his friends every night getting drunk? I do not think so. Because why would he be given such a responsible position? But that was my son. Kenley loved the outdoors. Hiking, mountaineering, sailing, ice hockey, running marathons, oh my. Motorcycling, tennis, golf, and received awards for almost everything. He loved life and lived it to the fullest. And I'm so glad he did. And I'm so glad that I was a part of that. His legacy is not one of drunkenness, but a dedication to achievement and a love for people and helping people. Not going out and drinking. That night, that infamous night, where he was on an interview to go to a hospital room for emergency reposition. He just got sleepy. And decided to lay down and get some sleep to go on an interview. As a 911 operator, he had heard too many times the devastating aftermath of drunk driving crashes, not accidents, involving innocent people, especially children. This experience left a profound mark on him, as it would anyone with a conscience. He did not drink and drive. He did not speed. He did not have a ticket. He was a good man. A good man. Instead, worked and got an education. When he met with his friends, they had a life and goal to contribute to society, not a goal to get drunk. He was loved and respected by all. as I found throughout the United States. But that fateful night he walked Marshall, called Melissa to tell her he loved her, and again lay back in the driver's seat with Marshall in the back to get some sleep. Now, some people in our society seem to care nothing about what they perceive as having fun is getting their next drink, disregarding the law in public safety as they drive under the influence and endanger countless lives. As Kenny laid in a car dreaming of a future that he had worked so hard for, Dennis got in his car that night, buckled his seatbelt, put his foot to the gas. 10 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, oh my God, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 110 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour, 131, 132, 133, 144, 135, 136. Then he crashed into a parked car. There was nothing left of the car. My son was in the car. Marshall, his beautiful dog, was thrown 500 feet to his death. Look at this picture. Look at both of these pictures. This is what this man, careless man, did. Thoughtless man did. This is not an accident. This man is a murderer. He is now a felon. And his whole family is also affected by this. He has taken many lives. His families will be affected for years to come. For years to come. Please, don't think it's an accident. It is a crash. My son was not killed by an accident. He was murdered. Now, in some states, it is considered murder, but not in Texas. Every state is different. But Dennis is in jail, in prison. My son left a legacy that I am so very proud of. He had friends from all over the United States and who also believed that drinking and driving was not okay. The people that you associate with will influence you, and you will influence them. So please be a hero. Show them that you are not going to drink and drive. Imagine the lasting impact of your actions when you choose and drive. Think about this a little bit for your children and your family. In today's world, every misstep is recorded and shared on social media. Do you want your children and future generations to suffer because of your thoughtlessness? Well, alcoholism couldn't once be concealed. The digital age has changed everything. Now, your record, my record, everybody's record is permanent. You'd be surprised what you can find out about a person on the internet if you know where to go. In fact, it's easily accessible to anyone, and even getting more so, as I got documentation because of a slip-up with the court system that I should never have had. Of course, at the time I got it, hey, I got it legally. Consider the long-term consequences and make a responsible choice. Avoid destroying lives, including your family's future. I'm not asking you to stop drinking. I'm not even asking you to stop going out and partying. What I am asking you and begging you is to not drink and drive. Be a hero. Do not drink and drive. Show others not to drink and drive. Because that night of drinking, Kenley will not be able to fulfill his dream, practicing medicine. And think about this, when you go to an emergency room and must wait there because there isn't enough doctors. Think about it. Melissa and I will have life sentences. And my grandchild will never be born. All because, as the police officer said, I'm a damn drunk. Our actions prioritize over selfishness. Don't let another family suffer the pain that I have endured and will for the rest of my life. I do not deserve this daily pain and trauma. His father and I raised Kenley to be responsible and contribute to society, which he did in his short 40 years. Please, I beg of you. You are here for a reason. Somebody somewhere thinks that you're worth it. That you're worth it to stop drinking. Be a hero. Do not drink and drive. The choice is yours. Do you want to be responsible for this? Think about that. That could be someone's child or yours, but it's mine. My life ended and my health was affected. I couldn't work anymore, but more importantly, a beautiful man lost his life who would save lives, possibly even your own life and child. Kenley was not just a statistic, but a beloved son and friend. And while Dennis sits in prison serving time for his crime, nothing will ever bring Kenley back. So to anyone arrested for DUI, I implore you to listen to my story. Understand the devastation your actions can cause. When you drink and drive, you're not just risking your life, you're risking the lives of innocent people like my Kenley. I urge everyone to take this message to heart. Let Kenley's story be the catalyst for change in your lives. Make that commitment today to never drive under the influence again. Do it for your loved ones too, for my Kenley and for every other victim who didn't have to die. Be a hero and do not drink and drive. I am the mother, the proud mother of Dr. Kenley Gene Raney, whose life was taken by a man who didn't care about anybody else at that time with getting a drink. Dennis Rodriguez Jr. in Lubbock, Texas, January 25th, 2019, in a rest area called Shadow Water. Thank you.